Hey, what's up, y'all? Peace and love, peace and power, peace and abundance, peace and blessings to all you guys who clicked on tonight's video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. So, I want to talk about semen retention in this one, okay? Because I just got done doing some research. I was reading about something, the Vedas, Swami Savananda, and, the teachings that he was talking about when it comes to chastity, right? And stuff like that. And I realized after retaining for such a long period of time, and I really want to say, regardless of whether you have relapsed in the past or not, what was the reason that you guys started? Okay, that's something that you should automatically already know, especially if you've been, going through the journey in itself, right? The ups, the downs, you've been experiencing both sides of the scale, right? You've been tipping both sides because it's all about balance. But really, you have to find that ultimate middle ground and say, you know what, this is the direction that I know I want to go in, but also know that I need to go in. Even if what I'm starting to visualize does have a high chance and or a major big possibility of being something I'm going to experience that I might not like, I know that it'll still help in the spiritual evolution of my soul, right? To help me get to the next level. And, when I read some of these things, when I scroll through, and really meditate on what they say, what they taught, and, and really see what the ultimate goal of, retaining was and how they saw it, right? Not just simply holding on, not trying to have sex, man. It just goes so much deeper than that, right? And it's because you're holding on not just to something that can bring a life literally into this realm, right? But it's just for the fact that with all that spiritual energy, just imagine the level that you'd be on, right? Consciously and on a spiritual level after just building up so much of that energy, that currency, right? Whatever word term you want to use, right? Because the main point is building up that all that energy, which is what it starts off as at first. And then, like they say, I think something before all you guys might have heard is that if you retain for over 12 years, like you start today and you retain for the next 12 years of your life, right? Then that's when it tends to develop. Because don't get it wrong, it starts to develop like throughout the entire journey, right? That's why you tend to relapse sometimes, even if you didn't intend to. And it's all right, man, because the stuff happens. It's meant to teach you. It's meant to help you become more disciplined, to help you discipline yourself, right? And really just look over the mistakes that you made, right? Continue to meditate on these things. Continue to, develop as a human being, become the best that you can be. Don't ever give up, which is the title of my one video. I loved making it. It was great. You guys should go check it out if you haven't. And it's really an honor to say that the fact that technically, I guess we could agree to disagree, that spiritual energy is literally what makes us who we are, right? Our personality, right? That's why it's called the spirit, right? I mean, that's you. It's still you. Even when you leave this body, it's still who you are. It's literally who I am right now, talking to you guys. Imagine that still being me, but I just don't have a physical body, right? I'm just pure white light, right? I'm just light, and light is typically white, so that's why I'm saying pure white light, right? And that's what it looks like, and boom, you do all that, whatever. But the point is that when you build that up, that's why we tend to say in the semen retention community, it changes you on so many levels, right? It changes you physically, right? Not just all the physical benefits, but it just changes how you perceive yourself, right? Because when you perceive yourself a certain way, right, and how you tell yourself that you look on the inside, that's what you project outwardly, right? I said that in some of my other videos. You guys probably heard it from some other YouTubers who talk about similar things, right? Maybe a little bit deeper than me, which is why I need to get my research game up. So y'all cheer me on, man. Help me out, right? So, that's why continuously, when you continue to improve yourself, right? You keep disciplining yourself, man. That's why it changes you. But it also changes you, like I said, not just physically, but mentally and spiritually, right? And I'm talking about on a level that's just, it has no use of this body, right? That's what you are, man. And when you build that up, that's why these changes take place. That's why you start to notice, wow, man, people are respecting me. It's because you're respecting yourself, right? You may not be telling yourself, or maybe you just might be in your mind doing it. See, me, I talk to myself in my head all my time. Not to try to look crazy or look like a psycho out in public, but I'm just saying, think about things, think things through, right? Like weigh the pros and the cons of the decisions that I'm about to make, right? Just for an example. And when you do that, man, you really develop into a more, what we all love to call, a righteous individual, right? A righteous being, right? Because you're transforming yourself so that you can mold and shape this, the version of you that you want to see, that you want to be, which is why it's so important, y'all, okay, that you get your mind right, and what you have your sights set on, stay focused on that, right? I know, and I can completely attest and say that any guy who tells you the same thing is not wrong, because it happens to me all the time. I promise you, right? It's probably happened to y'all. And what that is that, you expect, to always get the results that you want. You expect to maybe always see yourself in a certain light. I'm just giving you guys a few different examples, just to relate everything together, because it all connects at the end of the day. It's all about you, okay? Becoming the best you. You might not always agree with what you're seeing, with what you're wanting to say, with what other people are saying, right? With what your family and friends are saying. And regardless, whether you agree with them or not, whether your plan goes through or not, like I said, just a few different examples, it's okay, because it all still relates to you, and ultimately in the end becoming a more better, righteously developed version of the past you, right? The old yous that don't exist no more. Oh, well, I mean, they do, but in a sense, I'm saying like just that transformation that took place, right? And also, guys, go check out my video on the cycle of metamorphosis, where I went into detail about that, and I was just explaining that we're basically like butterflies, man, right? Great video, highly recommend it. Go check it out. Don't forget to drop a like, man. But anyways, I see what they really meant when it comes to true celibacy, and that's trying to build up your spiritual currency, man, because that's what it's all about, is your spiritual currency. And the more and more that you become in tune with who you are, your true self, like I said in my previous video, without just trying to put on some mask to try to be somebody you're not, stuff like that, the world starts to recognize, the universe starts to recognize that, other people start to recognize that, because you now, in this present moment, well, at that point in time, for all of us who, experienced all that, but now in this present moment, you're saying to yourself, man, you know what? I really do, like you're telling yourself this, right? I really do appreciate myself so much more. I've been through so much, but yet look at me, man. I'm still here, right? I'm still living. I'm still experiencing, right? I'm still trying to move through, still trying. And as long as you were trying, man, I respect you. Okay? Just the fact that you're getting up and still trying, bro, I respect you, right? And I hope you resonate with that, man, because I really mean that from the heart, y'all. But anyways, without getting all emotional, right? Let me just continue to say that you really start to appreciate life more in the moment, right? You'll start to appreciate everything you've been through. You'll start to appreciate every argument, every fight, every disagreement, every rage moment, whether you're on the game, whether you were on the PlayStation that night, Xbox, whatever, PC, doing your thing, you lost a match, you got killed in the end, you only needed one more to become, get God killer rank or just whatever, some crazy example, because I'm a gamer myself. That's when you're like, okay, you know what, it's all right, because now I can look back, I can reflect on that, on that past memory, not to dwell on it, not to become too overwhelmed with it and the mistakes that I made, but you'll just start to say to yourself, man, that It's okay, because there was something in the end that I learned about it, right? That I learned in that moment that really makes me appreciate who I am now, because I do not make those same mistakes anymore. And even if I do, I continue to learn something from it so I don't do it again, right? And that's a lot more deep and powerful and resonant than you guys maybe would care to agree with or believe or whatever. Not to say that, that's facts or whatever. You don't always got to listen to me, but or agree with what I'm saying. But ultimately what I'm saying is, when you really take this journey seriously, man, when you really give it all you got, when you really say, you know what, bump these relapses, I made a mistake, I'm going to grow up, I'm going to mature and learn and become better at it so I don't end up making that same mistake, right? And when you continue to develop like that, you become just so much more of a mightier, like, kind of human being. Definitely that I want to be, because it's in that I can be and that you guys can be. All right. But regardless, man, regardless, I got to start finding a different word to say, but without a shadow of a doubt, man, this journey is worth it, bro. Right? It really is, man. And it's just an honor to have discovered it at the age that I did. I think I found out about retention when I was like 20, 21. So yeah, man, I wouldn't even really say I came in super late, man, but I definitely would have preferred to have found out about this, man, since the day I came out of the womb, right? And I'm sure we all did, man. And I know that probably doesn't make sense, but it's like subconsciously, man, somewhere in our Akashic records, right? We probably knew that, we were always pure-hearted in the beginning, and that you still can be, even though it won't be perfect. And that's because we don't live in a perfect reality. We don't live in a perfect world. Maybe at some point it was, but then you got people who got greedy and who wanted to control the minds of the masses and stuff like that, and just take over, man. And so when this happened, a few people started to find out about things like semen retention, and some people didn't. And the ones who did, that's us. Not to say others are necessarily doomed, but in time they'll find out about it. If you got, if some of you guys out there may have like some younger brothers, man, put them on game, man, right? Really shout them out for seeing them try, for seeing them live their life and make mistakes and learn from them, right? Because sometimes when you're not around, they still may end up making mistakes just like we did. And that's why this journey really makes you so much more just grateful and appreciative, man, that it just switches on something within you, right? It's like a light bulb comes on and you're like, you know what? Wow. I can't believe I didn't see that sooner. I can't believe I didn't realize that sooner, and it's really not as bad as people think, because that's how you grow, right, man? That's how you grow and become better, right? One of my favorite quotes by Rock Lee is that, I trained to become better than the day I was yesterday, and the day before that, and the day after that, or something. I forgot how it went, man, but shout out to Rock Lee, man. So, with that being said, that's all I got for you guys, man. All from the heart, straight off the dome, no papers, no nothing other than a water bottle, my pocket knife that I carry around because it's getting crazy out here. God forbid I ever have to use it, but hey, just stay positive, man. Walk around with a mighty righteous mindset, positive mindset, unconditional love mindset, and you won't ever have to worry, man, right? Because on this journey as well, man, we're definitely divinely protected and guided at all times. I guarantee you that, right? And I can attest to that, man. So with that being said, y'all, please do not forget to get these likes up on this video, at least on this one, y'all, man. Get them likes up, share this video, drop some comments down below, spread some love, man. Y'all start dropping the comments, but like I say, I won't force y'all. Y'all can do what y'all want. Y'all are grown folks. We're all the family over here, man. And yeah, drop your opinions. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know how far you are on your journey. Just tell me your experience, man. I want to hear it. Right. I'm really here for it, man. So y'all ain't alone, bro. See y'all later. Peace.